Well, first of all, if you're going to cite news sources, pick good ones. That's where I would start.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Let me in.
Hey, this is the Toxic Ring Scandal featuring TBK, the Turnbuckle King himself. Got another good one for you guys today. Gonna talk about Triple H tired of rumors of Drew Gulak release. Talking about why you don't mess with the game. We are here at the locker room tonight. Get a seat. We gonna get ready. We gonna talk about Drew Gulak no longer being with WWE. And then we'll also Triple H tonight. Well, earlier today, answering questions at the Backlash press conference regarding Drew Gulak no longer being with the company due to the Ronda Rousey allegations. So we'll go over the whole story of what happened with Drew Gulak, where it originated from. Then we'll talk about just mainly when he was released or did not renew the contract, whatever they say. But until we get to the bottom of it, Triple H part, we're going to go to the very beginning. Get a seat at the locker room as usual. It's time to air the dirty laundry. So let's talk about it. Now, it says here, Drew Gulak, he is no longer with WWE. Now, it's reported May 3rd, which was yesterday, and this is from originally FIghtful that broke the news. It said that not just Drew Gulak, Gable Steveson, and others were released, and also PWInsider said it too. Excuse me. It says reported list of names from the WWE developmental system who have been confirmed as being released from their contracts. But at this list, Drew Gulak is the biggest name. He's been with WWE since 2016 and worked as an on-screen talent as well as behind the scenes. Now, he was recently written out of the NXT storylines after Ronda Rousey shared a story about his pulling the drawstring on her sweatpants, allegedly as an example of WWE's toxic culture under Vince McMahon. As of this writing, PWInsider's reported Gulak is among the cuts, but FIghtful is not confirmed. Both list the other 9 names, which I'll mention. You may not recognize these names. These were NXT talents. Most of them were not on TV. Daryl Mason, Lab Pavenko, if I said it right, Ezekiel Balgon, Kaya Saint, Emma Diaz, Valentina Perez, Keyshawn LaFleur, Trey Bearhill, and Julian Baldy. So he was the biggest name I'd be released due to that, But it sells TV names. Another big part of it, which is Valentina Perez. She and her tag team partner Yulisa Lion were featured during the NXT 2.0 era. Leon requested his right to release last year, but he is currently released due to that. Now, I covered it here at the locker room before that Drew Gulak said that he allegedly did not do that, basically saying his name. So he did respond to it, but he was still with WWE. I may have thought that he would be gone due to the allegations, but he was still hanging on. When we heard about the Jinder Mahal and Xia Li and other releases, to WWE, I think a couple weeks ago, recently, his name was not on that list. So we may have thought he was in the clear, but he wasn't. He was released, no longer with WWE as of yesterday, May 3rd. So, see what you guys think of that. Romy wants salute to you. What's going on, man? Welcome back to the locker room. You said, I'll just say the same thing to the Gulak people that said to me about Grimes' release a few weeks back. Suck it up, Buttercup, he's gone. Yep, indeed he is. People say things will be different under Triple H. Well, let's see. Yeah, and we'll see. Gable Stevenson, thank God he's gone. The man was a Tim. Yeah, a lot of people not high on Gable Stevenson. Yes, definitely another name that was released. But he wasn't on TV since he did the NXT Underground match against Baron Corbin last year. Well, not last year, the year before last. Long time since he's been on TV. But Drew Gulak is definitely gone. But they said that fans were taking sides regarding the situation. Now, since then, they said the fans are already divided over his release. What's crazy is fans are saying, they thought he was. One person said, "Damn, Drew Gulak had a job there for life." It's wild. It's like I don't know. It's like they're torn between the two. And it says here, release too. They say, "Damn, he had a job for life." They say, "Wonder what he does now." They said, "Did him so dirty." The other recognized maybe a matter of Ronda Rousey allegation. Although some felt he did no favors in creating credits to the incident. I think it was over as soon as he mishandled his response. Yeah, that could be one thing. Definitely. Because he said, I think his response, he's pretty much confirming it. Or it wasn't the best response, I would say. Not the best response. Then it says here that people were mad with WWE for what they were doing. I don't know if fans are really upset. The fans give somebody get released. But they're mad at Ronda Rousey more than anything. They're blaming everything on her. They're basically saying that Ronda Rousey cost Drew Gulak his job. One person said she's a horrible person and it hurts. They said he'll be missed. Thanks for the memories, Gulak. And it said here, all because Ronda wants to lie for attention. So this is terrible though, but it happens. But I don't know. Some people say it's not because Ronda. Most people say it is. You remember Ronda Rousey had the book that she wanted to sell. Ronda Rousey, Our Fight. So it was around that time too. The book had just got released. It was to help push sale, but at the same time, it caused Drew Gulak his job possibly and threw him on the bus. But it is crazy. But I know. Let me see. I know in his response, Drew Gulak, he said it was a complete accident. Remember, Drew Gulak said that a couple weeks ago. So I think that's what cost him his job, honestly. Remember, he responded to the allegation. And I think that's the whole thing that cost him his job. It may not just been, I think he should have said no comment. He should not have said anything and let it just ride out. Is there a possibility, and had Drew not said nothing, maybe he would still have a job? Because he said it was a complete accident. That was his response to the initial allegation. I think he shouldn't have said nothing. Romy once said, "You need to release Def Rebel. Them WWE are dog. Aren't right, WWE fanboys." Def Rebel. Is that the NXT? Were they NXT based Romy one? Those WWE fanboys love Def Rebel. Drew will earn more in the indies. Yep. And it says WWE are having budget cuts all over the show. I don't know how it's Ronda's fault. Is it her fault? Zaire, Jinder, Gable, Wagner got released. WWE is cutting down on augmented reality and stay set up. True, you got a point there. I agree. Many people are getting released all the time, and normally after WrestleMania and definitely towards as we enter the spring into summer, there are plenty of talent that does get released. Maybe they didn't make the cut. Everybody can't make the cut. You guys like, subscribe as you come to the locker room. We got 12 people in here. Like and subscribe as you come in as we discuss this situation. Yeah, you got a point there. I agree. But it may not have been Ronda, but I will say when Drew made this statement, he didn't have to say this statement when he said it was a complete accident. I think that would have cost him his job. May not be Ronda Rousey, but him saying something about it. because that's him saying that he admitted to touching her drawstring. Even though it may not be malicious, intentionally malicious, or any type of violating Ronda Rousey for any matter, WWE may saw that as, even though your contract was up at the time, we don't want to move forward with you because we don't want any bad publicity or any light shed on our company. Regarding what Ronda said on, remember, she said this at Fox News Nation, I believe. So maybe Drew's saying something when he didn't have to, unless instead of getting a lawyer or something, if he wants to, clear his name. I think that's what hurt him ultimately at the end. So that's my opinion. Romy once said Drew Gulak great wrestler, but he has no personality. Creative ways, and WWE know they can't do nothing with stories anyways. Yeah, they can't, and they say he's working behind the scenes, but he was in the stable, No Quarter Club with Charlie Dempsey, Damon Kemp, and some other guy. Didn't really do anything big. And matter of fact, he went down from SmackDown all the way down to NXT right before he left. So despite the allegations, let's say the allegations never went down. Do we honestly believe that Drew Gulak would have stuck around WWE much longer, given the fact that he was already on the main roster of SmackDown back where Daniel Bryan was around? And he went all the way down to NXT. He was in stable. And he wasn't even doing nothing big over there. He wasn't even in the main event NXT, not the NXT Championship picture, not getting much TV time on NXT anything. Isn't there a possibility that he may not have worked out anyway due to creative differences? That's what I'm saying. He may still got released. It's a possibility. He did. Remember, he didn't get called back to the main roster. Baron Corbin went back down to NXT. He got called back up. Apollo Crews went back down to NXT. He got called back up. You see, they weren't doing that with Drew, whether it was allegations or not. Romy once said, no accusations, he still get released. Yeah, he still got released. And he's a great talent in the ring, as Romy once stated. Of course, as fans, we don't want to see some of our favorite wrestlers get released. Going for Jinder Mahal, Xia Li, recently Cameron Grimes, now Drew Gulak, Von Wagner, Gable Stevenson. If you guys like Gable Stevenson, plenty of people. We don't want to see nobody get released. Of course, we don't want that. But everybody cannot stay in WWE. They cannot stay. Unfortunately, somebody's got to leave. Everyone's not going to make the cut. And I think that's what you was just getting at in the interview when they interviewed him at the WWE press conference earlier today, regarding Backlash. That was like the last question they asked him. But Drew Gulak is gone. Now also, like I said, despite him being gone, the internet is going crazy over this. That's what led the interviewers to ask you the question. They are definitely blaming one person, and they're blaming Ronda Rousey. So they saying that this is what they got her listed as. Yes, I am a feminist. No, I don't hate men. This is how she's being viewed right now, currently in the IWC. And she's currently being viewed like that all over. And they're blaming her for Drew Gulak's release. They're blaming her for the whole situation. And they said she wished she'd go away and all the stuff I read earlier. But, the thing about it is, let's ask the one of the $1 million questions, I should say. Is it really Ronda to blame for this? Is she really to blame for this? That's the question. Is she really to blame for this whole situation? Did she spark up something by saying this on live national TV with New Nation, Fox News Nation? Yes, she did. She did spark up something. Could it be the reason why WWE did not want to renew Drew's contract? Possibility. But Drew, I'll say it before and I'll say it again, he shouldn't have said anything. And when he opened his mouth and said it was a complete accident, that was the biggest stupid mistake he could have made by doing that.
Kingston, jaw and face planted.
So yeah, this was not good when he said that. And like I said, Ronda, she kicked it off. She definitely definitely sparked up something, to say the least. But, Drew shouldn't have kept his mouth closed. Now, could he get released not saying nothing? We don't know. We never know. Romy once said, today's wrestling, you need personality over wrestling. Ability is sad but true. You need the full package. That's an undisputed statement right there.
And that is undisputed.
Yep, that's undisputed. You can't just make it off talent, nor can you just make it off promos. Promos, you get a little bit further, you definitely got a full package. And you're right about that, Romy one. You're right about that. But they're saying it's Ronda to blame. Now, Romy once said Mars will blame everything. Then what is it playing in front of them? Yeah, they will. Like I said, the IWC is having a field day over this. They're going wild on Ronda. They already, remember, these are the same fans that like Ronda in the first place to begin with. And now that she made that accusation of Drew Gulak a few weeks ago, then of course Drew Gulak no longer being with WWE, yeah, they come at it even much, much harder. Now, the thing about it is, with the whole situation, as stated earlier, now that Drew's gone, he pretty much was a part of, he just was not renewed. But the thing about it is, with Drew Gulak, they are blaming Ronda. They're going to blame Ronda. She shouldn't have said nothing either till after the fact. She's not in the clear here either. Ronda should not just waited all the way to say it on News Nation. Why wasn't this discussed while she's in WWE, with Triple H, or any other HR, any other high executives for that matter? So that's the thing. My issue with Ronda, why did she wait all that time to say something? She's not innocent either. It's like when she went on News Nation, it was like open mic night up in here.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
That's how Ronda treated, like an open mic night. But, it's not the end for Drew Gulak forever. That's the question. What is next for Drew Gulak? Romy once said, you look at Nick Gage, he has no wrestling talent, but his personality gets him over like Sandman and ECW. Today's fans care about personality over skill. They do. But since Drew is gone from WWE now, he's no longer with the company. Think about Drew. Question is, what's next for Drew Gulak? Does he go to indie scene? Does he go to TNA, AEW, Major League Wrestling, other maybe New Japan? Because Drew Gulak, he's I believe he's still young. I believe Drew Gulak, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's in his late 20s, maybe. In other words, the reason I'm saying that with Drew Gulak's situation, Drew Gulak's 37. I thought he was a little bit younger than that. So he's 37. He still has some time left in his career, but he better go somewhere fast and try to make what's left in his career. Hopefully he doesn't get no injury. And that's it. He was with WWE for a long time. He's with WWE for 8 years, since 16. Because he was on 205 Live, and of course NXT. They came to the main roster. But what's next for Drew Gulak? Where does he go? Independent scene? Does he go TNA? Does he go to AEW? Because I know he was in Combat Zone Wrestling. I know he did independent circuit for many, many years. That's where he came from in the first place. He started, like I said, I believe, on NXT and later 205 Live. He most was there. But what is the next step for Drew Gulak regarding social situation? It's the Wrestling Mark's fault. They were twerking for Ronda and they got what they deserved. What do you mean twerking for Ronda? You talking about they was going against Ronda when she made the accusation, and this what led to Drew Gulak no longer have his contract renewed by WWE? Drew TNA to face Josh Alexander, but his style suits New Japan Pro Wrestling. We Joshi fans love what he brings to the table. Yeah, could he go New Japan? I know he's in his 30s now, so Drew Gulak versus Nato is a match I'll pay to see in Japan. Maybe that'll be the next destination for him. When she showed up at WrestleMania with The Rock, Romy once referred to WrestleMania 31 when Rock got her out the crowd. For those who don't know, that's when we first saw the first appearance of Ronda Rousey in the WWE arena and on television. He said they were twerking for her to have on the roster. They were. And then when they started wrestling, they didn't want nothing else to do with her. They was pretty much give her, she pretty much got this whole, she got these pretty much the whole entire WWE run. She got one of these. Yeah, she got booed like crazy. But the thing about it is, Drew gotta go somewhere. He gotta make a living for himself somewhere. So where would that place be? That's the question. That's the whole situation regarding that. Night VR TBB. Welcome to Locker Room. Say yeet or no yeet. Oh, yeet all day. Yeet. Yeah, Drew Gulak. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's next for him, but hopefully he finds somewhere to go. He gets on the indie scene. He gets to do something, and if he don't, he gotta survive somewhere. I think indies is the best option, like Romy once said earlier, because he gonna have to wrestle somewhere. He can't come back to WWE, unfortunately, due to this situation. So that's the sad part about that. But, we'll talk about the interview that Triple H had today. That was a Backlash press conference. He talked about, of course, the whole Backlash, the whole atmosphere of France, and what to do in the future, and the reception to Backlash. Great PLE, by the way. Check it out. But at the very, very end of the press conference, he was asked a question about Drew Gulak. I know he was in a rush. He was antsy to go to a Kentucky Derby. I know it was getting real late, but he did answer the question, and he gave a response to it. And I'm going to play that right now. Now, due to WWE's copyright issues, I can only do a screenshot of Triple H. I can't show you guys the whole clip front and center like I normally do other clips, but you guys get the miss. So we will do that right now, and we will show Triple H at the Backlash press conference. The worst one will be John Cena retires. Oh yeah, that's coming very soon. John Cena career almost over. Romy wants to, I'm glad Maki Ita will never go to WWE. She shows how badly both Japanese talents are when they hit the main roster. Kairi Sane, Io, Kof, Nakamura. Yeah, unfortunately, got a point. The only they push is Asuka. It's the only Japanese talent that is in WWE right now is being pushed. Just held the tag team championship recently. With that being said, let's get on to the Triple H at Backlash press conference earlier today, following the Backlash PLE, and he answers the questions about Drew Gulak and seeing what's going to go on. So he's going to answer the question right now. Let's get into it.
Well, how long do we have till the Kentucky Derby starts?
It's
4
minutes. We got 4 minutes till the Derby starts.
Do a quick one,
Quick question.
Jesus, it took you longer to decide who you were going to ask than it did.
Lucas Sharpio for 10 Count Media. I just wanted to ask you, FIghtful and PWInsider reported that Drew Gulak was released by WWE. I just wanted you to clarify on the situation if that was true, and is there anything to do with Ronda Rousey's accusation about sexual?
Well, first of all, if you're going to cite news sources, pick good ones. That's where I would start. Credible, really, maybe. Yeah. We release talent all the time. We have NFL releases 400 or 500 people a year, players a year. We release talent all the time. It's a part of what we do. You cannot just hire people, bring them in, keep hiring more people, and just keep bringing them in. So an unfortunate part of the job is talent get released. Can I say that he was released? He was not released. His contract was just not renewed. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Now I'm on time. Yeah. Thank you all very much.
That was Triple H answering the question of Drew Gulak's release. He said that, talent gets released all the time, which is true. He said that if you look at NFL and other sports, they release many players throughout the season and off season as well. And he also says that Drew Gulak was not released. He said that his contract was up and WWE decided not to renew it. So that answers the question. Triple H saying that he was not released. So, the thing about that is, since he answered that question, like I say, he seemed antsy, he wanted to get out of there. Do we believe Triple H on this? Is this really factual information? Or maybe Triple H is just covering up something, or maybe they had an NDA clause covering up the whole thing. Maybe this is my take on this, because he seemed irritated when answering the question. Seemed irritated. I mean, that's me. But the thing about it is, maybe Drew's contract was up. Maybe it was up. It was time to decide if they wanted to renew the contract with him. Maybe that's what they wanted to do. And maybe they just did not want to move forward with that. Maybe they didn't want to move forward with Drew. Maybe they didn't see anything regarding it. There could be some truth to that. But Triple H being a great politician, and I love Triple H. Triple H, great wrestler, Hall of Famer. Now he's head of creative. Great at what he does. Never had an issue what he does. I think people hate on him too much personally. But other than that, I still see Triple H giving a spin on this, a political answer when he answered the question. A, he already was irritated. B, he already was using examples referring to other sports like NFL. We release people all the time. But C, he just said we didn't renew it. It was a very quick answer. I know he had to go. It was a quick answer. He answered it, but it was a very quick answer. So, do we believe Triple H on the situation? Does he have a point? Or maybe Triple H is playing the policy game. Maybe he's just spoken and spun like a true politician. Is he doing what it is?
Spoken and spun like a true politician. I mean,
is that what Triple H is doing? Well, let's see what you guys have to say in the comments regarding this. Romy wants to say, be careful. Triple H is having a partnership with Rousey Agawa. Is all I'm saying. That's Jerry Ross. Triple H is politicking. Romy one thing, he's politicking. If Drew shows him on TNA next week, I'll believe it. That could be a possibility. It could be. It could be. It could be Romy one. You own something, man. You own something. Triple H is just a muppet for Endeavor. He called him Endeavor. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something seeing fish with this whole situation. Did Drew really did he not decide to renew his contract? Because we knew that there's a possibility he may get released due to the allegations. Like I said, but Drew did not make the situation any better by any means by making that comment saying it was a complete accident. That's all I'm saying. I think Drew made a mistake there. But to us, Triple H, is he really speaking the whole thing? Is he telling the whole story? Because it was very, very irritating. I mean, let's go through it again. Let's go back and see it. He already said it. Let's see this part here.
Reported that Drew Gulak was released by WWE. I just wanted you to clarify on the situation if that was true, and is it is there anything to do with Ronda Rousey's accusation about sexual?
Well, first of all, if you're going to cite news sources, pick good ones.
Now, he said if you're going to pick news sources, pick good ones. He's referring to PWInsider and FIghtful. Are they really bad sources? Because I know people have been saying around the IWC and also on this channel that FIghtful and PWInsider are not the best sources when it comes to wrestling content, whether it's AEW, WWE, New Japan, TNA, AEW, Indies, don't matter. Does Triple H on to something? Because I did hear that sometimes FIghtful and PWI may be a little off about their news when it comes to their source. I have heard that before. It's not the first time I heard someone rag down on FIghtful or PWInsider. So he may have a point there. But Triple H, you're still playing a politic game on this one. Still playing a politic game. Romy once said Triple H is sneaky as they come. He's in nice in front of camera, but the man has a burial shovel backstage. I don't think he has a burial shovel. I don't think he has no shovel. I just think he is politicking, but I don't think he buries people. Yeah, I've been hearing that since the Reign of Terror back in 2002. I don't see that with Triple H, but I will say that it's something more to the story with Drew Gulak not being with WWE anymore, and it may be more just his contract not being renewed. That's my opinion on that. But he said they're bad sources, so you guys let me know, are they really bad sources? FIghtful and PWInsider. Romy once said, Triple H, you want to do something good, release Nakamura and let him reunite with Okada and reform Chaos. You're killing a Japanese legend because you will never know anything about Japanese wrestling. You know what, Romy one? I like Nakamura, but I do agree he's not being used at all, especially now with the way we're under a whole new era, new regime. So with that comment, I'm going to have to give you one of these. That is
And I'm awesome!
Got a point there. I don't see WWE doing anything with Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't see anything going on with him, and it's probably is best. As much as I like him in this ring, he has not been utilized anything. If anything, Nakamura has been used to put over talent. He has not done anything significant. He hasn't. I mean, I can't remember last time he really did something major in WWE. So maybe releasing him, or at least send him back to NXT, recruit him or something, will make good instead of just having to sit there collecting waste. So, James Bradley, welcome to the locker room. You said, no, I don't like WWE no more. Don't watch it. Okay, what wrestler do you watch? You're an AEW fan, New Japan, or you're an independent scene kind of guy? Chevy 5-Speed, do you like Goldust? Yeah, Goldust was an entertaining character back in the day. I thought he was a little too much on some of his promos sometimes, but overall, good character. I liked him as a tag team with Booker T. That was like the highlight of his career. Romy once said Naito, Tom Nakamura, and Tanahashi never went to WWE because they knew what is up. Don't forget Great Muta too. The Great Muta never signed with WWE. But he did get inducted in the Hall of Fame by WWE last year in 2023. But he never officially signed to the WWE as a talent, though. So Great Muta was the first one, I think, that put all those other people on. And Great Muta is one of the biggest New Japan legends. Yeah, Great Muta. Yes, Great Muta, shout out. Good shout out. Yep, Great Muta never signed. He did get inducted, but that don't mean he was with the company. Great Muta is one of the best if not the best Japanese wrestler ever. I've seen his matches. The man been doing, he's been putting in work. But Triple H, he said that's the thing. But let's see what else, how he answers these questions, though.
That's where I would start. Credible, really, maybe. Yeah. We release talent all the time.
Now, right there, he said, we release talent all the time. We release talent all the time. See how fast he spoke? It was a fast answer. Fast answer. That was fast, man. I know Triple H had to go, but that was a fast answer. We release talent all the time. Like, okay, we know you release talent all the time, Triple H. We know that. We get that. But did it have to go down like that? Like, man, that was a real. Man, that answer was so fast. It seemed like he was politicking.
Spoken and spun like a true politician. I mean,
it seemed like you was spinning like a true politician. That's all I'm saying. But let's see what else he say. Let's go back and let's see. We react to this again.
We have NFL releases 400 or 500 people a year, players a year. We release talent all the time. It's a part of what we do. You cannot just hire people, bring them in, keep hiring more people, and just keep bringing them in. So an unfortunate part of the job is talent get released.
Now, what does NFL guy do with Drew Gulak? Now, is he released or not? And it, of course, him not being with WWE anymore. What does NFL guy do this? NFL is a football, and it's a way bigger league as far as players go. NFL has nothing to do with this answer. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with this. Like I said, it was a fast answer. But NFL, it's no relation. And I think that's WWE's problem. I noticed not just this answer that Triple H is answering, but my thing with WWE, we know they are the biggest wrestling corporation. We know that. But my thing with them, this is my biggest pushback with Triple H and WWE, whatever, and everybody else. The problem is, and we saw this with the WWE draft, they need to do a simple thing, because it's not comparable. Stop comparing yourselves with major sports. Stop that, because it's different. You are not the NFL. You are not the NBA. You are not MLB, and you're not the NHL. And I see this in a lot of interviews now. It's starting to become very, very patternish. I see a pattern. Everything with the draft, the WWE draft, which many people in the IWC was not in favor of how it ended, how it went down. It was not very mixed responses to how the WWE draft was for 2024. They did that because they tried to compare themselves to major sports. Same thing with here. When we asked a question about Drew Gulak, a wrestler who was released, according to reports. Why is he no longer with WWE? The first thing that came out of his mouth was, we release people all the time, and they compare themselves quickly to NFL, who releases 400 to 500 people a year. We get that. I understand that you guys can't keep everyone. We understand that some people are not be able to make the cut, whether they're in the NXT or the main roster or wherever they at. But why you got to compare yourself to major sports? You're not the NFL. You're not the NBA. So that's my pushback with that. NFL had nothing to do with this conversation. Nothing to do with this answer, Triple H. Nothing. Not a zip. But they got to start comparing themselves to major sports. So I fear for Gulak and WWE. Tom Nako said, I love my rivalry in Japan with Gulak, and I hope she gets as much money as she can. But if she wants to return to Japan, I'll be happy to wrestle her again. I keep forgetting about Gulak. I watched Brody Lee get released and how bad they treat him, so I always hold hate to him. Brody Lee was a fantastic talent and held him down to AEW seeing his talent. NFL players don't play in snows. That's what I'm saying. Why are we comparing ourselves to another major sport? NHL and all of it. Those sports are not comparable. I mean, I understand that WWE wants to take things to the next level. You're doing it. You got the Netflix deal for next year, starting in January. You're the first wrestling company to go to a mainstream streaming device. You're mainstream, but now streaming. It's not a cable TV deal. Great. I see you guys are international, using France today with Backlash. You're international with Bash at the Berlin. You know what I'm saying? You guys the announcement today, WrestleMania is going to Las Vegas. You guys are making moves. Definitely making moves internationally. I get that too. You know, and of course, you know, the level of talent that you guys have, which is the all-time high. I get that too. But there's no way, no shape, no form that you could compare yourself to a major sport like an NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL. That's in a whole different entity. WWE is WWE. Now, Triple H said that WWE don't compare themselves to AEW. They compare themselves to WWE when he said that on the Pat McAfee show regarding the whole Will Ospreay, you know, saga with him and Will Ospreay was going back and forth. You know, and Will Ospreay said that crazy response. He said WWE is comparable to WWE. So if that's the case, you don't compare yourself to AEW. Why are you comparing yourselves to the major sports, which is NHL, NBA, NFL, MLB? You're not on the level of those sports either. Those are four of the major sports in the world. WWE is not on that list. So I think WWE is just a separate own entity. You're in professional wrestling, but you have your own entity. Just like golf and soccer and all got their own entity. You know, that type of thing. But yeah, I'm just getting tired of WWE comparing themselves to major sports. Like I said, I've seen it too much. Gerard woke to the locker room. He said Drew Gulak was to save face. He was innocent. Ronda was not threatened. She's not an average woman. She's a modern heifer. Yeah, like I said, she had an issue with Drew Gulak. Why wait till now to put her on News Nation? Why now to put his name to help promote your book? But Drew Gulak, like I said earlier, should have not made that statement saying it was an accident to the NFL, WWE, and Arby's. I mean, comparably, yes. NFL has a Super Bowl. WrestleMania is WrestleMania, but the WrestleMania is not Super Bowl as far as popularity and level. Had it been an innocent woman like Selena, then yes, Drew would warrant some kind of discipline, but not a fight like Ronda. Yeah. Unfortunately, he ain't here. But according to Triple H, he's no longer with WWE. WWE, NFL don't even care about Triple H. Men are just a pimple. But yeah, let's see what else. Let's say go back to what we said. Just crazy. The way he answered that question
was released by WWE. I just wanted you to clarify on the situation if that was.
And you could tell that the interview was scared to even answer his question. He was so awkward and so just hesitant on asking his question. So he already knew it was a touchy subject. Let's see what Troy said.
True. And is there anything to do with Ronda Rousey's accusation about sexual?
Well, first of all, if you're going to cite news sources, pick good ones. That's where I would start. Credible, really, maybe. Yeah. We release talent all the time.
We release talent all the time. We release talent all the time. We know they release talent all the time. I just that don't sit well with me how he answered that so fast. And then the whole part with NFL comment.
We have NFL releases 400 or 500 people a year, players a year. We release talent all the time. It's a part of what we do.
Does that sound like a political answer? That's the second time he said we release talent all the time. We release talent all the time. NFL release 405 players a year. That's definitely a political answer.
Spoken and spun like a true politician. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Do we really believe everything that Triple H is saying? I'm a Triple H fan, but do we really believe? Do we believe him on this? Spoken smell like a true politician. Gerard said, I felt it was unfair that Drew Gulak got fired, but hey, they can afford to get folks released. Paul Levesque McMahon has been trained how to handle the media. Dang, he called him Paul Levesque McMahon. Ouch. 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 I don't think he's a McMahon. I don't think his last name McMahon. Romy once said, wait till Triple H says Judgment Day of Bloodline is better than New Japan Bullet Club. I don't think he'll say that publicly. If he do, he said behind closed doors. Did you watch Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame? Yes, I did. He said he is a Paul Levesque guy. I remember that part. I bet Drew was released to pay for Stephanie's appearances. No, I don't think so. Gerard said Toxic Ring scandal. What's he doing? It's called deflection, and it's easy because he didn't want to get pushed back face to face, but online. That's true. That's why I'm breaking this whole question interview down at the press conference of how Triple H answered this question of Drew Gulak. He answered the question very fast, and he kept saying we release talent all the time, and of course comparing themselves to a major sport, which is the NFL, National Football League. So he compared himself to that. So let's see what else slow this down.
You cannot just hire people, bring them in, keep hiring more people, and just keep bringing them in. So an unfortunate part of the job is talent get released. Can I say that he was released? He was not released.
Now, he said we release talent all the time. He didn't say at first, he didn't say at first Drew Gulak contract was not renewed. He said it at the very end. Now, that's the question I have for you guys too here at the locker room. Look, let's see. The thing about it is, was it really a release? Was it really a contract not being renewed? Or really it was a release? Why did he state that at the very end? That's another thing. Look into this interview now. Why did he say that in the beginning? When you say we release talent all the time, we release talent all the time. If Drew Gulak was not released and you guys decided not to renew his contract, you could have nipped the bud right there. You could have said, hey, Drew Gulak was not released. His contract was not renewed. Am I bugging? Why didn't you just say that from the beginning? Why was he defending the whole release thing? Release talent all the time, release talent all the time. Why didn't you just say that from the get-go? I don't get that part. That's what I don't understand. He waited very late to say that. Romy once said Triple H ain't the nice guy that Marks think he is. He has worked with Vince for nearly 20 plus years. He knows how to act. Oh yeah, he definitely been around Vince for years. And he definitely learned a thing or two for being around the Vince McMahon regime. Throwing shade at AW, bringing people in. Yeah, you got a point. Could be. Romy once said, I think Tony Khan, I like Tony Khan. He gave me dream matches that I dreamed of with Ospreay and Danielson. He cares about his talent, unlike WWE. WWE gets the money out of talent, then throw them to the curb. Well, WWE, they've been giving us some great matches too. I mean, we get some good rivalries as well. Now, do they do the whole New Japan open Forbidden Door? No, but they started to tap into that. They don't do it nowhere near like an AEW would do it, as far as that concerned. But yeah, I found it weird that he didn't just say from the get-go the contract was just not renewed. We didn't agree on his contract being renewed. You just said that we release talent all the time. We know that you release talent all the time. We know that anyone can make the cut, but why didn't just say that from the get-go? Drew Gulak, we decided not to renew his contract because it was up. So I just found that suspicious. Romy once said WWE gave us Nakamura vs. AJ too late. Same with Cody and AJ. Yeah. And remember guys, another one I want to add to that list, Romy won, and I may cover that real soon. I did talk about Hogan and Flair that we didn't get at WrestleMania. Sting and Undertaker. Sting versus the Undertaker. I don't know about you guys. That's one match I want to see, especially at WrestleMania. We got robbed of that too at WWE. So I would definitely add that to the pot. In addition to Nakamura and AJ being too late, Cody and AJ being too late, at least we got it. We never got Sting versus Undertaker. Never. It will never happen. Let's see. Gerard said, Tasha Ray scandal. Notice Bailey pinned Naomi and not Tiffy Town. Therefore, as I said, they have plans for Tiffy and Naomi. It's just a stepping stone, unfortunately. Yeah, Tiffany. Tiffany definitely. I mean, I covered her early this week. Tiffany, they definitely have big plans for her. As you can see, she's very athletic. As you can see, she's getting more and more sharper in the ring, and her time is getting better. So, are they going to move forward with her in the near future? Absolutely. She's only 24 years old. She's pretty much going to replace Charlotte Flair, who's 37, going on, I think 38 now, 38 years old. So, yeah, I'm not doubting that. And Naomi's older. Naomi's also 36, 37. So, yeah, definitely. Triple H net worth $250 million. He cares about no one but his bank balance. Well, you know, Triple H got his people too. Like, everyone wants to see Sting versus Undertaker. That's what I'm saying. Everybody wants to see that. We never ever got that, and that's one besides the Hogan and Flair thing. Gerard said Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in their prime would have been good, but they gave us away too late. Well, yeah. Well, Bobby and Brock can't miss each other. Remember, when Bobby Lashley originally came to WWE back in 06, Brock wasn't there. And then he left in 08. And then when he was gone, when Brock came back in 2012, Bobby wasn't there. He came back in 18, and then we got it a few years after that. I think the Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley is not WWE's fault. That's actually Brock and Bobby missing each other. They was not always in WWE at the same time. So that's not WWE's fault. I'm not going to put the blame on WWE. Brock came to WWE years before Bobby Lashley. Remember, Brock debuted in 2002. Bobby came in 2006 when Brock was already gone and went to do football, and then later on UFC. That's not really WWE's fault on that one. That's just the timing was bad in that case. We never got Hogan versus Rick Rude either. You're right, Romy won. I didn't think of that. Rick Rude and Hogan did not wrestle each other in WWE. Now, I think it was more of a WCW thing. Naomi is not in their plans, nor is Zoe Stark. Well, Naomi, if anything, she's the veteran that's going to help put young talent over. They may give her one more title run, you know. But, yeah, I don't think she's going to be like the top of the women's division. No, not at all. Your Gothic, Isla Dawn, and Gigi Dolan's not in their plans. No, we call that thirst. That's the thirst trap roster. We got the thirst trap part of the roster. All this thirst trapping. Triple H, Burry, and Booker T at WrestleMania. Let's not forget. Romy won. Please do not bring that up. I still think about that sometimes. I was just thinking about that promo. I think a couple weeks ago when he said, "You're here to entertain me, Book. You're here to make me laugh. You're not here to win championships." Hogan was scared of Rick Rude. Triple H booked himself to win. he said Hogan. Oh, people cannot stand Hulk Hogan. Oh man, that was a good laugh. Gerard said, "I will never forget Triple H for that North's participation in a Montreal screw job." Yeah, he definitely did that. Definitely. So you guys feeling this way towards Triple H right now? Yeah, guys, it was wild. I'll never forgive Triple H for that promo against Booker T. People are not fans of Hulk Hogan at all, especially during his golden age era when he did not put a lot of people, well, nobody over in that case. But yeah, that was wild. But yeah, Triple H, that was him during the interview of how he answered of Drew Gulak's release. I just thought it was kind of weird how he answered so fast. He didn't just say right off the top, Drew Gulak contract was not renewed, and say he was not released, and saying we release talent all the time. I thought that was kind of weird, but that's just me. Definitely, that's just me. Definitely. This was a good interview. And like I said, great PLE of Backlash France. Very good one. But yeah, this was crazy. Drew Gulak is no more with WWE. He is out of there. He's gone. I don't know what the next step gonna be for him. Hopefully he does. I'm pretty sure he'll be fine. You know, I know he'll find some other work. I know he'll do venture off to other things. It's just WWE will not be the place he can do that. Romy once said Triple H bearing Cedric as well. What's up with that? Now he's one I thought would get released. I thought Cedric Alexander and definitely guys like Apollo Crews would get released. But they're still with WWE because they have not been utilized at all. They're normally just, at this point, they're just talent enhancers, jobbers. So they're still with the company, both of them. They'd be on the dark matches for SmackDown or Raw. I know because I went to SmackDown out here in my town. And I think Cedric Alexander was used as enhancement talent. Gerard said Hogan turned to Christianity is like an ex-stripper or porn star claiming to find God. Well, Hogan is 70 now. I think he just turned 70 last year. So maybe he is trying to turn his life over, give him opportunity. Maybe he is trying to find, get better. So I can't knock Hogan if he wants to get better. Now, was Hogan a jerk back in the day for not putting people over? Absolutely. But, we talking about 30 some odd years ago. Hogan's wife is a Scientologist, and he's converted to Scientology to fraud. How you know that, Romy one? Is that true, or is that speculation? His wife really is a Scientologist? So if that's the case, Scientology, we know that's what Tom Cruise do, Will Smith, and John Travolta, celebrities like that. And we know Scientology is not the best ology, for what I've heard. Oh, wow. I did not know that, Romy one. I did not know that. That's the case. That's not good at all. That means if she's Scientologist, that's what he's practicing. If that's what you're doing, maybe you'll have to make the list on this one. Fortunately, may have to very well do that.
You just made the list!
Okay, I did not know she was a Scientologist. Hogan ripped off Jesse Ventura and Billy Graham. Yeah, he banked off those two good. Definitely. But yeah, guys, that's all I have regarding the whole Drew Gulak being released from WWE. He's now no longer with the company. Now, some, like I said, they could blame Ronda Rousey. Just blame her. Some people blame her, some people don't. Some people may say she's a feminist. She's the cause of this. Some people say she's not. Maybe they're hallucinating. But yeah, definitely, Triple H answered the question. Now, did he give the best answer to some people? Maybe not. He did answer the question, though. And that's, it's a fast answer. He did do the interview at the Backlash press conference. So that's all for the whole thing. Yeah, guys, that's all I have regarding this whole situation. Triple H is tired of the rumors of Drew Gulak release, and don't play with the game. Triple H is not going for that. I thank you all for coming out tonight at the locker room. Definitely will come back here and cover more topics regarding what if, why this match didn't happen, why this rivalry didn't happen, or breaking news, recent stuff like this for that matter. Thank you all for coming out on this evening. Soon two videos will pop up. One would be, why does Samantha dress like thought? Second would be, can Swerve Strickland be marketed as world champion? Thank you guys once again. Until then, it is OUT.